The American Bus Association presents Motorcoach Travel News. Here's Dan Ronan.
Hello and welcome to the second edition of the American Bus Association's Motorcoach Travel News. I'm Dan Ronan in Washington, coming to you today from the ABA's national headquarters in Washington, D.C. We'll be previewing the ABA's upcoming Marketplace next month in Grapevine, Texas. Also, a report on Marketplace Gives Back and a North Texas nonprofit that's making a big difference in the lives of families. We'll tell you how the ABA is pitching in. Marketplace begins January 6th. The 7-minute pre-scheduled appointments where buyers and sellers meet face-to-face are the core of the show. There's also the Product Pavilion, where motor coach operators have the opportunity to see the latest products on display. There's a wealth of information about Marketplace online at our website, buses.org. ABA President and CEO Pete Pantuso joins me now. Pete, Marketplace is coming up in just a matter of weeks. What's new?
Yep, Marketplace is going to be again in Grapevine, which is a fabulous destination. And I think there are a lot of things new, but first of all, I want to talk about what's not new. What is not new is the good, high quality, return on value. All of the attendees come away from Marketplace with a great experience, a lot of business, and they all say it's the best show they go to all year.
And there are some new components as well.
There are some new things going on. For one, we've got a brand new program that we're introducing at Marketplace called Women in Buses. We've invited bus owners, operators, co-owners of companies, general managers to join together and talk about issues that face their bus companies, but from the perspective of a woman. We're going to have a reception for women in buses. We're also going to have a private meeting with the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, Debbie Hersman. So that is going to be a new and exciting component to ABA to bring the women in the industry together. We've also got the International Motorcoach Group, or IMG, coming. For the first time, they're bringing their maintenance seminar and their safety workshops to Marketplace. That means about 100 new and different operators who might not typically attend, but they're going to be there. They're going to be there to work on safety and maintenance issues, but they're also going to be there to network with all the attendees.
And also, as we've talked about safety before, this is a different component. They have some different ideas about safety that can be integrated here.
Well, they're an incredible group, great group of operators, great safety and maintenance programs that they have, and we'll be interested to hear some of the things that are going on with that group, some of the things that they'll be able to share, but they're also going to be participating in the Bus Industry Safety Council, so that meeting will be expanded from what it's normally been.
Now, this is also the second year that this will be in Grapevine, and a couple of days ago, I spoke to P.W. McCallum with the Grapevine CVP. Let's listen to him, and then we're going to talk more about Grapevine.
Great.
We're able to offer a great deal of varied experiences throughout the 5 days of the Marketplace. And that's very important to the tour operators because they want to be able to combine not only the necessary meetings that they have, but that they can also look at the destination and determine whether or not it has potential future business opportunities for them. So the Dallas-Fort Worth area is extremely good for that.
Pete, the decision was made to go to Grapevine for a second time. Tell me why.
Well, Grapevine is such a great destination. We had a wonderful Marketplace there the last time we were in Grapevine. The destination itself, when you think about the town of Grapevine being between Dallas and Fort Worth, close to the airport for groups that want to fly in, they've got plenty of parking. They're good for buses if you're going to bus your groups in. Downtown Grapevine has just fabulous restaurants. They've got great hotels in the area, and obviously the Gaylord Texan is one of the hotels, and it's a cornerstone within the community.
Not only having a nice, gorgeous hotel, but also a convention center attached to the building.
That's absolutely right. You know, when you think about the hotel, it is a great hotel. Rooms, all the amenities, all the other elements of the hotel make it a perfect place to stay. But from a convention point of view, with the convention center attached to it, it's a great place. I mean, we've used Gaylords before. We love the Gaylord Texan.
Now, MTN's National Update.
From time to time, accidents happen, Pete, so tell me about the crisis communication plan.
Well, really, to your credit, Dan, I mean, since you've been here, you've stepped in and helped operators who have needed help in that time of need when they've had unfortunate accidents. And on a going forward basis, being able to reach out and assist those operators, make sure that operators know that we're here for them, that they can call you literally 24/7 in an unfortunate situation. If they have an accident, they're not prepared to deal with hundreds and hundreds of media calls. And your ability to step in and take that off their shoulders is really something that's going to help the industry industry, not just operators who are members, but the entire industry.
We're also learning about this bit of a controversy up in Bryant Park in New York. What's happening there?
Yeah, we've been hearing from operators over the last couple of weeks that Bryant Park in New York is starting to invoice operators who are dropping their customers along the curb. There's no logic to that whatsoever. It's a public park. It is a destination that people want to go to, especially during the holidays when there's lots of shopping in and amongst the park and ice skating and things for customers to do. But these operators are getting $25 invoices per bus after they leave the city. We've talked to NYC and Company. We've communicated with the city itself and with the mayor's office. And what we would suggest is that any operator who might get an invoice from Bryant Park, number one, disregard it, and number two, send us a copy so that we can follow up with the city.
ABA President and CEO Pete Pantuso, thanks for the update on Marketplace.
Thank you.
One other note about Marketplace, about 30 people will be receiving their CTIS certification. This is part of the ABA's continuing education. For more on the CTIS, go to our website at buses.org. The American Bus Association created the Certified Travel Industry Specialist Program. It provides an opportunity for members of our industry to gain practical business and industry-specific knowledge to build a strong business reputation. These continuing education programs were created exclusively for the motor coach and group travel industry, and it extends the benefits of professional education past our industry shows and into your business. MTN is back in a moment with the story of Grace and how the ABA is making a difference at Marketplace.
Motorcoach Travel News is a production of the American Bus Association and Terrapin Blue Productions. If you'd like to advertise with us, contact Ryan Kelly at Terrapin Blue. Call 1-877-860-2583 or email him at rkelly@terrapinblue.com.
What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how.
Hey, need a good smile right now? Come on down to Branson, America's most affordable family fun. We got great summer shows and attractions that'll make you smile. Jump into a great family time. Water's just fine. Call 877-BRANSON or go to explorebranson.com.
Sadly, each year in the United States, thousands of families are broken up because of domestic violence. But when Marketplace comes to North Texas in just a few weeks, they'll be helping a very important program called GRACE, Grapevine Relief and Community Exchange. Laura Borges works on her computer in her Grapevine, Texas apartment, finishing work on her master's degree. A little more than 2 years ago, this mother of a 5-year-old daughter was the victim of domestic violence and struggled to speak English. Now it's Laura's goal to teach Spanish and English in a North Texas school district.
It's like baby steps. I start learning how to be independent, and Grace Transitional Housing provide me the help I needed to succeed as a person.
Grace is helping Laura and dozens of other families reach those once elusive goals.
These are women who have fled for their lives and the lives of their children, and they're living in an apartment complex. Fortunately, we've got the apartment complex. Unfortunately, it's incredibly old and needs maintenance on a regular basis. And one of the big issues right now is we've got leaky roofs.
In Grace's transitional housing, they get counseling, learn job skills, and do as Laura did, improve their educational skills.
I know I can count with Grace. They always will be there for me and my daughter.
On Monday, January 9th at Cowboy Stadium, there will be a fundraiser for all the delegates to participate in the Marketplace Gives Back in Overtime event. Admission, with the money going to Grace, is $25. All the information is on our website at buses.org. For Motorcoach owners and operators, we have late-breaking important information about Marketplace. FMCSA has just announced it will hold 2 listening sessions at Marketplace concerning hours of service rules. Officials from the Safety Administration will be there to hear what you as an owner, operator, or a driver have to say. The 2 listening sessions are set for Monday, January the 9th, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and again from 2:30 to 4:30. To attend, go to the Gaylord Texans Austin rooms, numbers 1, 2, and 3. FMCSA says the goal of the meetings will be to gather information, concepts, and ideas that FMCSA should consider relating to the hours of service requirements for drivers of passenger-carrying vehicles. FMCSA does plan a webcast of the two sessions, and more information can be found on our website at buses.org. Motorcoach Travel News, MTN, continues right after this.
Crazy Dave here. While I may be crazy most of the time, here at Mobile View we are serious about safety. While driver cell phone usage and texting is a rising problem, it is not here at DC Trails. With our real-time driver surveillance, drivers' habits can be remotely monitored to assure safe driving.
Here at DC Trails, Mobile View ensures that safe driving is recorded and rewarded.
Be safe, be secure, be in view. Mobile View.
We have breaking news concerning third-party bus inspections. The American Bus Association is endorsing a move by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration concerning those inspections. The FMCSA released a statement which says, quote, "The agency is the only agency authorized by Congress to issue federal interstate operating authority registration to regulate interstate passenger motor carriers and to determine their eligibility for continued operations." The agency says recently it received numerous inquiries regarding third-party inspectors offering safety inspections. The FMCSA's release goes on to say, companies using aggressive marketing tactics to sell inspections and authorize lists are not sanctioned by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, nor do they have access to the wide range of resources routinely implemented by trained and authorized inspectors to determine a passenger motor carrier's safety fitness. It adds, passenger motor carriers are subject to a wide range of interventions, including compliance reviews, safety audits, and vehicle and driver inspections. Only Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration may terminate a passenger motor carrier's interstate operating authority. For more information on this important development, go to our website at buses.org, and we have the FMCSA's information linked to our site. The U.S. Department of Transportation is out with its new rule concerning restrictions on the use of cell phones by drivers of commercial motor vehicles, including motor coaches. The full rule, which the ABA supports, is on our website, buses.org. The new rule adds new driver sanctions for repeat offenders. Drivers' fines could reach $2,750 and the loss of license. Companies could face fines up to $11,000. 4 million commercial drivers will be affected by this new rule. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood said of the new rule, when drivers of large trucks, buses, and hazardous materials take their eyes off the road for even a few seconds, the outcomes can be deadly. I hope this rule will save lives by helping commercial drivers stay laser-focused on safety at all times while behind the wheel. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration published its final rules for CDL holders and their medical certificates. Drivers now must retain paper copies of their certificates until January 2014. The full rule is on our website at buses.org. ABA members with questions about the new rule can contact the ABA's Vice President for Safety, Security, and Regulatory Programs, Norm Littler, at nlittler@buses.org. With the Congressional Supercommittee failing to reach an agreement to cut the federal budget, Secretary LaHood is urging Congress to reach an agreement when the House and Senate reconvene. And Mr. LaHood is calling on Congress not to cut spending on the nation's infrastructure. ABA President and CEO Peter Pantuso agrees, saying, quote, "We are in full agreement with Secretary LaHood. Congress must come to an agreement on deficit reduction when they get back to town next month. Across-the-board cuts to transportation infrastructure programs will only serve to weaken our economy." As we've mentioned before, there are big changes coming for tour bus operators who work in Washington, D.C. Megabus has moved and is now operating out of historic Union Station. Megabus joins several other companies already in the facility, which in the spring of 2012 will welcome Greyhound and open a permanent nearby lot for tour bus operators. When those changes take place, tour bus operators will continue to pick up and drop off at Union Station. More on the changes again in the spring 2012 on MTN. MTN Motorcoach Travel News continues right after this. And that's our broadcast, the second edition of MTN Motorcoach Travel News. In a few weeks, we'll see you in Grapevine, Texas at Marketplace. Come by booth 70, the MTN Terrapin Blue booth, and say hello. And always, if you have comments, drop us an email at mtn@buses.org. For the American Bus Association, I'm Dan Ronan in Washington, D.C. Thanks for watching.